loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. And they will not get it. Chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense.
Now Burrow loses the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's 2nd and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Throwing Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Logan Wilson gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a hit and a loose football, and the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Auden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This time, Burrow will look to throw. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
First down, here's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Here we go. Back. Right 80. Right hot. 11 empty. 11 empty. Back.
Now it's Burrow. Over the middle. That's caught by Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. Fighting his way through contact. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Colts' 31-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Burrow will throw. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They run for it with Mixon. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Mixon again. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. McPherson's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's caught inside the 35.
Let's go.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Jones. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for the Bengals TD. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards 1. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
There's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd and 10, Jones. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Auden Tate, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive as they take over with just 17 seconds left for the break. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 8 there on the 1st down play. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Chase. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Jones now on third down. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll get this out wide to Boyd. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Burrow looking to pass. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Flushed out right. Touchdown! It's complete. On and tape, 27 yards. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 27, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long.
And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. Second down, another run with Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Hightower able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They go play action with Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's a 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Corey Willis. 20, 10. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind, going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now, because he's unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on third down?
Third and goal, option right. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Daniel Jones, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 31-yard line.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Play action. It's Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Darius Leonard came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
2nd and 10. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. To throw again on second down. Burrow. His throw incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will cut this lead down to 25.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.